Shalom, Israel. We're the I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're holding down in South Carolina the Sabbath services classes here today. Of course, I'm glad you guys can join us up here. We're in Greenville, South Carolina, man, holding it down, keeping strong. Everybody, hope, trust you had a good week here. And we're going to do our Sabbath services. Started here. Majid, call up the first trooper. State your register.
Kazamar, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Kazamar, Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bahash, it's like Yahweh Bahashim Yashar Brakatau.
How about you? Go ahead.
Laya Shala.
Scrolls. Blow the horn sharp. Salahakwim means turn, face the east.
It's the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakoka. Taba'ah. Zayaka. Hayah. Yasha. Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Katan. Lanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawatinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawatinawa. Wala'ah. Taba'ayinaw, Panasayawan, Abal, Hayashayanaw, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, La'aulamyan.
What he said in the Hebrew, we say in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our debts. We forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, the glory, forever. So be it.
Hakat, the power. Yahweh. Bahashim. Yahushua. Babakashah. Natan Lanawa. Hakat. Larapa'ah. Kal Makalah. Wakal. Madawan. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazari. Hakat. Ahakwim. Hamatiyam. Hakat. Arakawa. Latama'alam. Lagarsh. Bahashim. Yahushua. What?
What he say in the Hebrew, we say in English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
This is the blessed Israel. Yahweh. Bahashim. Yahweh Shah. Barak Lanawa. YAHANNA. Wahat. Bayah. Sapari. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magun. Hagun. All of Israel. All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
All
All of the generals.
All the generals.
All of the captains.
All the captains.
All of the officers.
All the officers.
All of the troopers.
All the troopers.
Young men.
Young men.
And all of the wives.
Wives.
And the children.
And the
of
children.
the I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
That's it.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al. Hahari.
Hahari.
Mahayan.
Mahayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemaiah.
Shemaiah.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al. Yatan.
Yatan.
Yalamawat. Regalika.
Regalika.
Aliyanamwa. Shalaki. Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamah.
Shawamah.
Yashra'ala.
Yashra'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
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 Tzalka.
Tzalka.
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Yamyanka.
Yanka.
Yamo Salaki. Yawoma.
Yawma.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yaka.
Yaka.
Salaki. Wayara.
Wayara.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal.
Makal.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Ath Napashka.
Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawak.
Wabawak.
Ma'atah.
Ma'atah.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. We said in the Hebrew, we say in the English, I will lift up mine eyes
I lift up mine
to
eyes
the hills,
to the hills.
from which cometh my help.
Which come my
My
help.
help cometh from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be
You will
moved.
not suffer thy foot
He
to
that
be moved.
keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee shall not
Behold,
slumber. Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy
The
right
sun
hand.
shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not
nor
smite
the
thee
moon by night.
Nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee
He
from
shall
all evil.
preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy
And
going out
thy
and
coming
thy coming
in.
in. And thy coming in.
Start it over. The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Water.
Psalms 83. Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adamayah.
Adamayah.
Makah.
Makah.
Al. Takarash.
Takarash.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Dashakwat.
Dashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Salaki. Awaya.
Awiyah.
Bayak. Salaki. Awayabaka.
Awiyabaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al.
Al.
Amaka.
Amaka.
Ya'ariyamwa. Sawada.
Sawada.
Ayata.
Ayata.
Ya'atazawa.
Atazawa.
Altazawapanyaka.
Atazapanika.
Amarwa.
Amaro.
Lakawa.
Akawa.
Wanakakira.
Kakida.
Magawa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Ala'a.
Yazakar.
Azakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashra'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Abada.
Abada.
Kaya.
Aya.
Nawa'atazawa.
Atazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Aliyaka.
Ayaka.
Barath.
Arath.
Yakarath.
Yakawa.
Ahalia.
Ahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashma.
Yashama.
Allah.
Allah.
Yam.
Yam.
Mawa Abba.
Awawa.
Wahagari.
Mahagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Amawa.
Wa'amalak.
Awalak.
Palashath.
Palashat.
Ain.
Ayin.
Yashabia.
Yashabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawa.
Gum.
Gam.
Ashawar.
Ashawa.
Nalawa.
Alawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawa.
Zarawa.
Labani Lawat.
Labani Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasak or Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'a.
Sara'a.
Kayabi.
Kedaya.
Banyakal.
Bayako.
Koyash.
Koyash.
One.
Wam.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamad.
Ba'ayan.
Ba'ayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Dama.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Nada.
Ada.
Ya.
Ya.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakazaba. Waslaki. Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abak.
Wakaza
Wakatizal.
Wakatazal.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Call.
Call.
Nayasamuka.
Nayasamuka.
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Marwa,
Nayarash,
Nayarash,
Lanawa,
Manawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Naawa,
Nawa,
Alahaya,
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 Alhaya,
Shaya,
Shaya,
Damwa,
Damwa,
Kagalia, Galia,
Yagai,
Kokwash,
Shakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Raka,
Raka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Yaira,
Yair,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Hari,
Hari,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradakna,
Taradakna,
Basaarika,
Sa'arika,
Wabasa,
Wapasa,
Wapath,
Wapath,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Malah,
Malah,
Panyaham,
Banyam,
Kwalawan,
Kalwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Wakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Bashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahalwa,
Mahalwa,
Adi Ai,
Ai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kapara,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abad,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'awa,
Awa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Labatka,
Labak,
Aliyawan,
Aliwan,
Al-Kaharatiza.
What he said in the Hebrew, we say in English. Keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O God.
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
Be
peace.
not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make
and
a
they
tumble.
that hate thee
that hate
have
thee
lifted up their head.
have lifted up their
They have
head.
taken crafty counsel
Taking crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
come and let us cut them off
come, let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of
That
Israel
the name of Israel
may be no more in
may be no
remembrance.
more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
and Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also
They
joined
have
with them.
opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of
Salah.
Lot. Salah.
Do unto them,
Do unto them.
as unto the Midianites,
As unto the Midianites.
as unto Syria,
As unto Syria.
as unto Jabin,
As unto Jabin.
the brook of Kasan,
Brook of Kasan.
which perished at Endor.
Which perished at
They
Endor.
became as dung of the earth.
They became as dung of the
Made
earth.
their nobles like Oreb.
Made their nobles
and
like Areb
Zeel.
and like Zeel.
Yea, all the princes of Zabah,
Yeah, all the princes of Ba
and of Zamunah,
and of Zamunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh,
the house of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my Yahweh,
Oh my Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stumble before the wind,
as the stumble for the
as
wind,
a fire that burneth the wood,
as the fire
as
burneth
the
the wood,
flame that setteth the mountains on fire,
as the flame sets the
so
mountains on fire.
persecute them
So persecute them
in thy tempest,
in thy tempest,
and make them afraid,
and make them
in
afraid.
thy storm,
In thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces
that
with
they
shame.
may seek thy name.
They may seek thy
O
name.
Lord,
O Lord.
let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded.
and troubled forever.
And trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame,
Let them be put to
and
shame.
perish,
And perish.
that men may know,
Men may know
that thou,
thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high,
are the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sir. We're going to pick it up what we did last week. Where we at? Exodus 15 in the Hebrew. 15 and 21.
21.
Yeah, let's pick it up 15:21. We'll read.
Exodus 15 to 21. Wata Ayan. No, it's like Wata Ayan. Laham.
Yeah, you got it. It's like
Mariam. Shaya. Rawa. Laya. Hawa. Kaya. Ga'a. Sawasa. Wara. Kabawa. Rama. Bayam. Verse 22. Waya. Sa'ai. Masha. Ath.
Yasharala, Mayam, Sawan. Sawak, Waya, Taza Awa, Al, Mada, Bara, Shawara, Rawa, Lakawa, Shala, Shaf, Yama, Yum, Bama, Dabar, Wala'a, Mataza, Awa, Mayum, verse 23. Waya, Ba'awa, Mara, Tha, Wala'a, Yaka, Lawa, Lasha, Thatha, Mayam, Mama, Ra, Kaya, Mara, Mariam, Home, Al, Khan, Qura'a, Shama, Mara, verse 24. Waya, Lanawa, Ha'ayam, Al, Masha, La'amar, Ma, Nasha, Tha, verse 25. Wa Tha, Taza, Aikwa, Al, Yahweh, Waya, Wara, Awa, Hawa, Yahweh, Aitaza, Waya, Shalom, Salat, Al, Hama, Yom, Waya, Matha, Kwawa, Hamayam, Sham, Lawa, Kakwa, Wama, Shapat, Washam, Wasa, Hawa, verse 26. Nasa, Hawa, verse 26. Waya, Amar, Shema, Wa'ai, Thasha, Ma'ai, Lakwa Wa, Yahweh, Allah, Yak, Waha, Shar, Waha Yashar, Ba'ai, Yana, Wa, Tha'ai, Shah, Waha, Azanath, Lama, Taza, Watha, Yawa, Washa, Marath, Ka, Kakwa, Yawa, Ka, Hama, Kala, Ashar, Shema, Thaya, Bama Taza, Rayum, La'a, Asha, Yum, Allah, Alayak, Kaya, Anaya, Yahweh, Rapa, 27. Waya ba'awa. Aya lama lama. Washam. Shatha yom. Ashar. Ashah. Ayanath. Maya. Washa. But I was like, Washa. But I am. Thama. Rayom. Waya. Kana wa. Sham. Al. Hamad. Hamayam.
We're gonna pick it up, Sharp, if you could, at about 19, let's say. Yeah, pick it up at 19.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 19.
Right.
For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea.
And what this is describing is that Pharaoh, as we talked about the Red Sea, when Pharaoh tried to go foolishly in behind the children of Israel, as he saw the land was, dry in that sea, man. The Lord created a miracle for Moses. And Pharaoh went behind it thinking he can take advantage of some of this miracle. These heathens out here can't take advantage of what we have. That's why it's important that we do diligent and keep the commandments, because, they don't have the advantage that we have, man. We have the commandments, but that's what this is. And they tried to go behind on dry ground, but what happened? It says, but the children of Israel,
went on dry land in the midst of the sea.
Right, the children of Israel went on dry land, man. I mean, that's a miracle in itself, on dry land. Finish reading for me.
Verse 20.
Let's see who's in the chat, if we're good for me, Marcus Shaw.
We got young man Marcus.
Marcus, yeah.
We also got Trooper Ratazak.
Trooper Ratazak. Good. Got to have those brothers in class, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
And Miriam, the prophetess,
Mm-hmm.
the sister of Aaron,
Right.
took a tremble in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And all the women went out after her with trembles and with dances.
Yeah, timbrels is like nothing but like tambourines, they were out there. They were happy, man. This is the time when the Most High did tell them to go out there. They were happy. They danced because they were getting out of Egypt, man. And they saw the miracle, They saw what was going on. Finish reading. Verse 21. But that don't mean that there's no foolishness going on here in the Christian church with. That's what a lot of people try to get there from, but that's not what this is saying. This is when the Most High, this is because they had a reason to celebrate, a reason to be thankful and happy, and that's what these women did up in here. Go ahead, finish reading for me. I'm sorry. It's like,
Verse 21.
uh-huh.
And Miriam answered them, sing ye to the Lord,
Right.
for he hath triumphed gloriously.
Triumph what?
Glorious.
Gloriously, man. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The horse and his rider have been thrown into the sea.
He threw the horse and the rider. He threw Pharaoh and the horses and all of the riders that's upon it. This is a way of saying that he obliterated them. He got rid of them, man. Right. In the sea. That sea closed back up, swallowed up Pharaoh, man. That's what we're reading here. Finish reading. Verse 22.
Verse 22.
Right.
So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea.
Right.
And they went out into the wilderness of Shur.
Right.
And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water.
I mean, they going along. They because the Lord, this is a journey that they got to go on, man, out of Egypt. Just like we see here, when the Most High tell you to do something, He tell you to do something. He ain't gonna. You don't have all the provisions because the Lord's gonna do something special here. Where we at? What verse?
23.
23. Go ahead.
Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And when they came to Marah,
Mm-hmm.
they could not drink of the waters of Marah,
Mm-hmm.
for they were bitter.
Right.
Therefore, the name of it was called Marah.
Yeah. What is bitter? What is that? What does anybody know what when the waters are bitter? What does it mean when the waters are bitter? Anybody?
It's like,
Go ahead.
it means like salty or something.
Salty. Clap it up here. That's the waters of Marah. Apparently was where the fresh water and the let's look that up though. Look up bitter. Look up matter of fact you can look up brackish. They talk about sea and salt water and fresh water mixing. And that's what it is. Sea water and salt water mixed up there. You get that for me, Chuck? With sea water, look up brackish or bitter, either one. Marred. When the waters are marred, that's where they get this name from, Marah. That's what it means, bitter. Okay? And then they came across, who we at, verse 22? They came across the water, verse 20. Their waters were bitter, man. That means that you can't drink no salt water, man. The stuff will dry you up in a New York minute. You know,
Damn right.
but that's what you got it for me.
What
What what you got? What now?
My phone's slow.
Anybody got a phone over there? Anybody got a? I'm sorry. Anybody got a dictionary there?
Definition of bitter.
Bitter. Yeah, read that.
The definition of bitter out of the Oxford Language Dictionary:
There you go.
having a sharp, pungent taste or smell, not sweet.
Wow. Look up brackish for me, Shar, if you could. Having a bitter taste. What you got for?
Brackish
Go ahead.
of water, slightly salty,
Right.
as is the mixture of river water and sea water.
River water, sea
and
water.
Estuaries.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah. So this is like the trooper said. This is salt water mixing with sea water. I mean, salt water mixing with fresh water. So the waters are bitter. Ain't no good, man. You can't drink that. And they knew that. And this is what they were coming across. That means they were near the ocean. That's what this means, or some sort of sea, or if not the oceans, just some sort of seas, man, with salt water. You know, the Red Sea. That's leading out. If I believe it's leading out to the ocean, I think. And that's what it is. The water was brackish, salty, marry water. They couldn't drink that. And here they are. Finish reading for me. Pick it up again for me. Where we at? Verse 23?
24.
24? Right. That's
verse
why.
24.
Yeah. That's why they call it Marah. Okay, go ahead.
And the people murmured against Moses,
They
saying,
did what?
Murmured,
They murmured against Moses, saying what?
saying, what shall we drink?
Now, what does murmur mean? Anybody? Pick that up. Anybody know what murmur means? To murmur, when you murmur something? Look that up, Asha. When we murmur. Listen, I looked it up. I'm gonna make sure. It means to complain. You know how it is when you get an I.S.U.P.K, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to clean the bathroom. I don't want to sweep the floor. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But you got to follow orders up in here. You got that for me? Murmur. Go ahead, read that for me.
Murmur. A soft, indistinct sound made by a person or group of people speaking
Right.
quietly or at a distance.
Right. You can finish reading on that. There's some more on that. That's making a sound of like a soft murmuring, talking amongst themselves. Go ahead.
Verb. Saying something in a low, soft, or indistinct voice.
Indistinct voice, right? And they're basically talking about, it brought us out here, man, all alone in this Red Sea, and from Egypt, man. We had water. That's what they're saying. They're murmuring, talking amongst each other, man. Murmuring, talking, distinct voice, just low voice, just murmuring, talking to them, because they ain't want to get up there and say it out loud against. They ain't want to follow orders. Moses said, "Go ahead," and here they are, down, murmuring against each other, talking against Moses. You talked against Moses, you might as well have been talking against the Most High. Where we at? Read
25.
20. Read 24 for me again.
And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink?
What shall we drink? They didn't have no water to drink. All right, pick it up on 25.
Verse 25.
Uh-huh.
And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree.
Right.
which when he had cast into the waters, the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them.
He made the waters were made sweet, right? What does it mean when the waters were made sweet? What does that mean? Anybody in the chat there say anything?
We got Sister Zamara checking in.
Sister Samara checking in. Yeah. Now, if the waters were now bitter, now they're sweet. So what are they now? When you say sweet water, what does that mean? That mean they had like Kool-Aid? What does it mean?
It's like, it just means it was fresh water.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
fresh water. Clap it up. It's just the opposite of the salty, marry, murky water, right? So like you to read that for me again, Shar, Barbara Shar. Read start 25 again. So it's like you for that.
25. And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree,
Right,
which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet.
right.
There he had for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them.
Yeah, and what does it mean when the Lord's proving you, man? Because he put these palm trees up. He put these trees in there. They made the water. Apparently, took the salt out of the water. I guess that's what it is. What does it mean when the Lord said when He proved them? What does that mean? Anybody? What does it mean to prove? Go ahead.
Like he tried them. Like
He tried them. He
tested
tested them. They clapped it up for the people there. He tried them and he tried them and tested them. Okay, and that's what He was doing. The Most High was trying them. When the Lord said He proved them, that's what He's proving. In other words, prove it.
Right.
prove that you following me. And that's what the Most High will take you through a proof here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You in the truth, man. This ain't no game. This is the absolute home of the truth, man.
Right.
I.S.U.P.K, all these fake Israelite groups out there, they need to get on up in here so they can be tried and tested for real, man. That's what you do when you go to Hebrew Academy. You proved, you tried, you tested, right? And that test gonna go with you the journey of your life through here. You proved, man. We tested. Proved them. He proved them. Finish reading for me, Bob Kushad, 26.
26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and were to do that which is right in his sight.
Right in whose sight?
In his sight.
Who's he talking about when he say his sight? Go ahead.
Most High.
The Most High's sight. He ain't talking about right in your own eyes. The right in His sight. Finish reading from me, Bob Kushad.
And will do which is right in his sight,
Right.
and will give ear to his commandments,
There you go.
and keep all his statutes. I will put none of these diseases upon thee,
Right.
which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee.
Now the Lord that healeth thee. The Most High is saying here. Now see, right there was a chance for Israel to straighten up and proverbially fly right. Am I right or wrong? It's a chance for them to, if they would have take this proof, take this test. This is what the Most High said. He won't put all the diseases. Y'all remember the disease that He put on the boils and the, look at it. What we got going on now? Monkeypox going on up in here. Look at the stuff that we're going through, man. Look at the boils on our people, man. On people, just on people out there. That's monkeypox. All these things are Egyptian disease that the Most High put on the Egyptians, right? The water is bitter, man, and all of these plagues, man, that's going on. The COVID running rampant up in here. Let's go ahead.
And that's a heavy point that you said
Go
that
ahead.
too. Because a lot of people believe in karma and stuff, and they say whatever goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and use that context, because the Lord did what He did, and it's coming right back around.
Right. And the Most High said that. Read it. Read that again for me, Shar, if you could for me. Right there in the middle of, I will put none of these diseases. Go ahead.
I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians.
I brought upon the Egyptians. See, the Most High brought those diseases upon the Egyptians.
Right.
So the Bible's telling you, the Most High this is a prophecy, man. He's telling you that if you don't do this, there's a future prophet and judgment's going to be behind it, because I'm proving you. Don't do this. That's what He's saying. Don't do it. Don't do it. And what our people do, we do it over and over again. Tap dancing in church, and doing some crazy mess. You know, these Christian churches out here perpetuating the stupidity. That's why people can't get this stuff right and fly right. And then finish reading for me, Bob Bashar, in the middle. I will put none of the diseases for me, Sharp.
I will put none of these diseases upon thee which I have brought upon the Egyptians.
Right.
For I am the Lord that healeth thee.
And the Lord said, God, the Most High can heal you, man. That's why you're going to read later on where Moses had a pole where the snakes was biting him. And you'll read about that. I think it was Paul. Who got somebody in the chat over there?
We got Officer Amawad checking in.
Officer Amawad. Good. Glad to have you, Officer Amawad. Yeah. And the Most High, you know, he said, look, if you do what I say, you ain't going to have these diseases, man, and all these things. You'll find on later on here in Deuteronomy what that the Most High cursed our people for not doing find that for me, Sharp. Deuteronomy 28 and 15 there. Believe that if you could for me, Baba Kushah. You know, show you what happened later on, man. Just to show you the Most High. He's telling you right here that all these diseases that happen in Egypt, if you do this, if you do what I say, then you don't have to worry about all of this diseases popping up everywhere, man. You know, what you got for me? Read down there where it says, well, these diseases will come on you. All these plagues will come on you if you didn't do what I had said. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou would not hearken unto the voice
If thou would
of the
not
Lord thy God.
hear, if thou would not hearken, go ahead, finish for me.
Would not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
There you go. That's the same thing. All these go. See, the Most High, and this is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. This is, you know, after, you know, Moses writing these books and he's telling the story, man. You know, he telling the story, but here it is. It said right here. After they got out of Egypt, right here in verse 26, it said, if I will not put none of these diseases upon you, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord thy God that healeth thee, if you do and keep his statutes, commandments, right? That's what it says. Give an ear to the statute commandments. And Shar just read verse 15, right? He just read verse 15 and it says the same thing. So it's saying that apparently we didn't. We're going to read verse 27 for me, Shar. I'm sorry. Yeah, 27, yeah. Slot.
Verse 27. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water,
Right.
and 70 palm trees.
Right.
And they encamped there by the waters.
You see the waters, all these palm trees, apparently, and Eline, this Eline, these 12 score, how many trees is that? And 10. I'm sorry. 3 score and 10. How many is that? How many palm trees is that? Anybody? Go ahead. 70. Clap it up for me. 70. That's right. There's 70 palm trees. That means apparently those palm trees cleared the waters up. Right? And then read that for me again for me, Sharp, Baba Kushah.
And verse 27, and they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees. And they encamped there by the water.
They encamped out there, man, because they had that, what kind of water they had this time? They had the bitter water or sweet water?
They had that fresh sweet water.
They had that sweet water up in there, man. They had that sweet water. They had this sweet water. And that means that now they can camp on out up in there. Right? Now they good to go. See?
Right.
So they camped out in the water. You're gonna pick it up
Chapter 16, that's
chapter 16 Hebrew?
start chapter 16.
All right, so we're gonna start a whole nother chapter right here. Pick it up, Hebrew, Baba Kushah.
Exodus 16, verse 1. Waya Sa'iwa Ma'a Yalam Waya Ba'awa Ko Idath Banaya Yasha Ra'al Yasha Ra'al Al Madabar Sayan Ashar
Bayan. Aya Alayam. Waba Yan. Saya Naya. Baka Masha. I.S.U.P.K. Yanam. I mean, Yawam. Lakadash. Hasha Naya. Lataza Atham. Ma'a Rataza. Mataza Rayam. Verse 2. Waya Layanawa. Waya Lawa Nawa. Ka Idaf. Banaya Yasha Yasha'al Yasha'al Yasharala Al Masha Wa'al Aha Ran Bama Nabar. Verse 3. Waya Amar Rawa. Allah Alaham. Banaya Yasha Yasharala Waya Yathan Mawa Sanawa Bayad Yahweh Ba'a Rataza Mataza Rayam Basha Patha Nawa Al Sayar Haba Shar Ba'a Ka Nawa Nakam Nasha Ba'ai Kayat Hawa Taza Atham Atha Nawa Hama Dabar Hazaha Hazah Laha Mayath Ath Ka Hakwa Ha Hazah Bara Iba. Verse 4. Waya Amar Yahweh Al Sha Hana Naya Tatha Paya Ra Lakam Man Hasha Mayam Nayat Za Naza'a Ha'aim Wallah Quata Wa. It's like Dabar Yawam Bayam. It's like, yeah, Baya Wama Mawa Lama Ain Ana Sana Wa Hala Na Haya Lak Batha Bara Thaya La'a. Verse 5. Waha Ya Baya Wam Hasha Shaya Wahakaya Nawa. Ashar. Yaba Ya'awa. Waha Ya. Mashad Na. Al. Ashar. Yala Kwatawa.
Just take your time with that.
Right here.
Pick it up.
Ready?
Right there.
Alright. Yawam. Verse 6. Waya Amar. Masha. Wa'a. Haran. Al. Ka. Banaya. Yasha. Rala. Aish. Iraq. Waya. Da'ai. Thumb. Kaya. Yahweh. Hawa Taza Ya'a. Atha Come. Ma'a Rataza. Matazarium. Verse 7. Waba Korah. Wara Athaya. Ath. Kada. What? Kaba. What? Kabawad. Yahweh. Basha. Ma'aiwa. Ath. Thala. Natha. Yakub. Al. Yahweh. Wana. Kanawa. Ma. Kaya. Thala. It's like Thala Wanawa. Thala Yanawa. Allah Yanawa.
That's what we turn class over to Officer Bob.
Go ahead and be seated.
We just picked up 7 more verses here. We're gonna start at what was it, chapter 16? Exodus 16.
It's a lot if I could.
Come,
I just want to
come.
give the brothers a hand for holding down Sabbath service, man. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for you brothers to have to get our early brothers coming from their slaveries, coming straight in and holding Sabbath service, taking it down, picking it up and holding on this field, man. Got to give them brothers a hand, man, because I appreciate it, Billy. Not just myself, but the generals and the brothers and sisters that's tuning into class. The brothers, man, taking time to come in here right after their slaveries and hold it down and take the time to get up early and be here to do the Lord's work.
Okay.
Just want to say the water to y'all brothers for that, man.
Verse 16 of Exodus. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin.
Right, so now we're going into the point where the children of Israel we're coming into the wilderness. This is after we have left out of the land of Egypt, and after the Most High has drowned Pharaoh in his army.
Hey.
So now we're going into the land of the wilderness. Now we're going into a point where things are about to get real. You think about this, how it would be if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together were in the wilderness, like pretty much being in the woods, like the mountains and stuff, like not so much the mountains, but just imagine the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to deal with all type of aspects of life out there, like us together, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together in the wilderness. I'm talking about you got spiders, snakes, mountain lions, all type of things we dealing with. You got to,
Like I said, that's a very heavy point you just said, because you read back in Genesis, Well, we dwelt in tents, man. Where the Esau was the one who went out there and played with varmints and rats and cats and hunting up any damn thing he can find out there. We wasn't used to being out we ain't no hunters in no woods. We don't know about no wilderness, man. We had our own water and wells right there. We had it just like we kick it in the crib right now. We ain't out here standing up all night in a deer stand, pee all over us trying to hunt a deer.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like-
Damn right. Get that brother a hand. He's right. We don't go that far as when it comes to hunting. We might get hungry. We might, break a neck of a chicken or something. We ain't out there putting
Damn right.
goat piss on us
Yeah.
or deer piss just to catch a deer like Esau.
Right.
But this wilderness was something different for us. You gotta know.
Right. Oh God.
Oh, you got it up. Salaki.
No, okay, count, sir.
Now you two out.
Yeah. And the whole congregation, the children of Israel, Salaki, let me read it again though. And they took them for the journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 5th day of the 2nd month after the departure out of the land of Egypt.
All right. After the departure out of the land of Egypt,
Right.
we went into the wilderness, man. And this is about to get real out there.
Count.
You got it out.
Verse 2, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured.
What does the word murmured mean?
That's what go ahead, Saul. To talk on Salaki. He had to go ahead, he had definition.
Yeah, I got it back to it.
I think, go ahead.
Murmur,
Mhm.
a soft and distinct sound made by a person or a group of people speaking quietly or at a distance.
Mm.
Right? And the
Mhm.
verb say something in a low, soft, and indistinct voice.
Right.
Read that scripture again. Salaki.
Count, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured.
Yeah, we was doing this right here. You think Moses know what he doing, man?
Right.
That's out in the damn woods. Man. What he got going on? Ain't that what Israel does today?
Exactly right.
Like, bro, I don't see brothers and sisters get to fight over somebody memory.
Right.
What you say over there? What you saying?
Right.
Say what you got to say up loud.
Right.
We were doing this to Moses. Moses brought us out there in the woods.
Right.
They said the children of Israel began to murmur. Like, man, this nigga crazy, man. I ain't signed up for this. He said
Exactly
we was gonna
right.
be free. He ain't saying, look, man, look at that bush right there, man. Nah, man, this nigga Moses crazy. You got it out, go ahead.
Hey, murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness.
Yeah, they was talking crap, man.
Mm.
They was speaking against them.
Oh God.
They
sir.
gathered up together in the little huddle. Y'all think they know what they doing?
Mm.
No, man. I don't know about it. But Moses don't brought it out, but shh. You know how Israel is, man.
Count, sir.
That murmuring goes on with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
And with that murmuring, it always creates a conflict.
Right.
It always creates problems.
Right.
This is how you know this is our book, man. This is our history.
That's right.
This is describing us to a T.
Right. Count, sir.
You got it out.
And the children of Israel said unto them, would to Yahweh, we have died in the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt.
Right. They thought it was better. They was like, look, man. Better would die than the land of Egypt. You got
Right.
to think about how bad it had to be in this wilderness for brothers and sisters to say, listen, would have been better off dying in the land of Egypt.
That's right.
It had to be pretty rough out there. Go ahead.
In Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full.
Damn, these niggas, it's like it. They complaining.
Mm-hmm.
They complaining. What they say? They said, man, we was better off in Egypt, man. We had the food, the flesh pots. We had pots full of meat. We had bread. We could eat all the bread until we got full.
Right.
You eat as much as food you want until
Oh,
you get
God.
full. But Moses don't got us, man. What we gonna eat out here? What we gonna eat? Berries? what we gonna drink? What? I spit? Moses don't, man. This nigga Moses crazy, man. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, for ye have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Man.
And first thing they said, Moses is gonna starve us all out, man. Moses is gonna starve us out to death. Him and his brother Aaron, they done brought us out to the woods just to starve us out, y'all.
Right.
Go ahead, you got it up.
Yeah, come. Verse 4, sir. Then said the Most High unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you.
The Lord said He gonna do what?
Rain bread from heaven for you.
The Lord heard us being ungrateful people and said, you know what? I'm gonna let it rain bread from heaven. Good night. I don't think white Jesus would do that for you.
Nah.
Only thing that rains down on you is bullets.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day.
Right, so when the Lord said He was going to let it rain this bread from the heaven, we were going to get a certain amount for that day. Go ahead.
Right. That I may prove them.
That I might do what?
Prove them.
Go ahead.
Whether they will walk in my law or not, or no.
Right, the Lord is going to test them to see, are they going to do what I say?
Right.
Or are they not going to do what I say?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
So the Lord said He's going to keep letting them do that, and they're going to bring in twice as much as they brought in daily. Just so He can shut us up from complaining.
Come, sir.
Just to show us that we have a God. We have a Father. We have a protection. That's what the Lord is going to do for us. Go ahead.
And Moses and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, At even then ye shall know the Lord have brought you out from the land of Egypt.
Right. And this is going to be the way how you're going to know this is the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Not yourself, not Moses, not Aaron, but the Lord brought you out of the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
Verse 7, And in the morning then ye shall see the glory of the Most High.
Yeah, right. In the morning you're going to see the glory of the Most High. Go ahead.
For that He heareth your murmurings against the Lord.
Yeah, and the Lord heard that.
And what are we that we murmur against us?
He said, what are we that y'all murmur against us? What are we? Go ahead.
We have to go to we'll finish reading. Go back to the
Oh, that was it? What scripture were we in? What scripture?
verse 8. We were 8, and now Leviticus 16 and 8 is where we are. We have to go back unless you just want to keep going.
Nah, we'll go back to the English. We'll go back to
The Hebrew verses. Read Hebrew from 8 through to 15. Okay. All right. 16, 8 to 15.
Okay. This is Exodus 16, verse 8. Amar, Moshe, Batha, Yahweh, Lakum, Ba'irab, Bashar, Ka, Walakum, Baquar, Lasha, Ba'i, Basha, Ma'i, Yahweh, Ath, Thala, Natha, Yakum, Ashar, Athum, Mala, Nayam, it's like Mala, Yanum, Al, Yawa, Wana, Kanawa, Ma, La'a.
No, you're right.
La'a. I, Laya, Nawa, Salah, Natha, Yakum, Kaya, Al, Yahweh. Verse 9. Wayah Athara.
Read that again.
Select it. Wayah Athar.
No, that's a ma.
Oh, select it.
Well, Yah Amar.
Wayah Amar. Masha. Av. Aha. Aharak.
Aharon.
Select it.
Aaron.
Aharon. Amar. Al. Ka. Adath. Benaya. Yasha. Raleigh. Korah. Bawa. Lapa. Naya. Yahweh. Kaya. Shemai. Af. Tala. Natha. Yakam. Verse 10. Waya. Haya. Kada. Bara. Aha. Run. Al. Ka. Adath. Benaya. Yatha. Ra'ala. Waya. Panawa. Allah. Al. Hama. Dabar. Waha. Na. Select. Naha. Waha. Naha. Select. Gaba. Wad. Yahweh. Nara. But I. No. Verse 11. Exodus 16, verse 11. Well, Dabar. Yahweh. Oh. Masha. La'amar. Verse 12. Shema. Athaya. Af. Thala. Wanath. Benaya. Yasha. Rala. Dabar. Allah. Alayam. Not Alayam. Allah. La'amar. Bayan. Ha'ai. Bayam. Sa'a. Kalawa. Bashar. Waba. Bakwar. Sasha. Ba'ai. Wa. Lakam. Waya. Da. Waya. Da'atham. Kaya. Anaya. Yahweh. Allah. Alahai. Yakam. Verse 13. Waya. Haya. Ba'ai. Ba'irad. Ba. Watha. Al. Hatha. Lawa. Watha. Kasa. Ath. Select. Hama. Kanaha. Waba. Bakwar. Hawa. Tha. Shaka. Batha. Atala. Sabah. Yaba. Lama. Kana. verse 14. Batha Ila Shaka Bath Hatala Waha Naha Al Panaya Hama Dabar Dakwa Dak Maka Sapasa Dakwa Kaka Para Al Ha'a Rataza.
Good read. Pick it up on verse 8, Exodus 16 and 8. And Moses said, this shall be when the Most High shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For the Lord hears your murmurings, which you murmur against him.
Right.
And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord.
Right. That's what people got to understand also. When you think you're disrespecting the priest and the prophets,
Right.
you're not disrespecting us. You're disrespecting the Lord. When you think you're coming up to that camp, cussing at us, yelling at us, you're not hurting us. You're trying to hurt the Lord. And that's why the Lord deals with you. You know what I'm saying? And like Moses said, he said, our people were murmuring. He said, y'all think y'all, doing this against me, but you're doing this against the Lord.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And Moses spake unto Aaron, say unto the congregation of the children of Israel.
Who?
Of the children of Israel.
Remember that. This is only talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who make up the 12 lost tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
Come near before the Most High, for he hath heard your murmurings. Verse 10. And it came to pass, and Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of Israel, unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness. And behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud.
Said the glory of the Lord appeared into the cloud.
Oh, God.
Does anybody know what that is? I think it's talking about a chariot.
Mm-hmm.
Select.
Come concert.
All right, that's right. You better say the same thing. Select.
Come concert.
You got it?
Verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 12, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass that at the even the quails came up and covered the camp. God.
So I said in the evening, even the quails cover the camp. Does anybody know what the quails are?
Yeah, come concert.
You got it, Zach.
It's like a game bird, like a pheasant, a quail, like almost like a glorified little small chicken,
Mm-hmm.
little
Like
bird
like
that
a little
flies.
hen.
Right, little hen.
Something glorious.
Right,
With the right sauces and spices on it.
right.
The Lord allowed our camp to be covered. Well, where we were at, the Lord allowed tons of those little things to cover our camp.
Come.
Delicious quail.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass at even, the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And verse 14. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. Let me read this again, sir. Verse 14. And when the dew that was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. Let's read verse 15.
Done.
And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it is. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. Wow. Let's read, sir.
Okay.
This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather it every man according to the eating, an omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in the tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing, and he that gathered little had no lack. And they gathered every man according to his eating.
Sounds like equality. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And Moses said, Let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms, and it stank, and Moses was wroth with them. And they gathered it every morning, every morning, every man according to his eating, and when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much as manna, twice as much as bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Verse 23. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath until the Most High.
That's what we do on Israel. We relax on the Sabbath. Keep Lord the days, Lord, man. Go ahead.
Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that which ye will seethe, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. Verse 24. And they lay it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. Verse 25. And Moses said, Eat that today.
Do what?
Eat that today.
Slow down. Eat that food today. Eat it now. Go ahead.
Okay, so, for today is a Sabbath unto the Most High. Today ye shall not find it in the field. You won't find this in the field.
That's right.
Verse 26. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And the Most High said unto Moses, How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread for 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called the name therein manna. And it was like coriander seed, white. And the taste of it was like the wafers made with honey. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commanded. fill an omer if of it to be kept for your generations, that they may eat the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. Verse 33. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot, and put a omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations. As the Lord, let me read that again. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations.
Right. So we were supposed to keep some of this manner as a as a remembrance of us coming out of Egypt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was watching something and they had a video of some heathens across seas, and they actually had manna that was in a jar, and then on the bottom of it said the food the children of Israel ate. It said that on the bottom, like these heathens over there know everything about us is true. Us being true children of Israel.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 34. And the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, lay it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came into the land, to a land inhabited. And they did eat manna, until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan.
Right, we ate manna until we came into the borders of the land of Canaan. Go ahead.
Wow. Now, verse 36. Now an omer is a 10th part of an ephah. Verse 7, chapter 17. And all the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys, according to the commandments of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses.
The people did what?
They chide with Moses.
What does the word child mean?
We'll have to look that up, sir. Chide. Probably something crazy they didn't do again. Yeah. Chide back and forth. Chide. They did chide with Moses. Chide, scold or rebuke. She chided him. Yeah, they to scold or they scolded and rebuked Moses. Chide or rebuke or to chastise.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So this is what our people tried to do against Moses and Aaron. Go ahead.
Oh, God, sir. They chid with Moses and said, give us water.
Do what?
Give us water.
That's what our people came and told Moses. Had an attitude and everything. Give us water. Go ahead.
That we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me?
Why argue with me?
Right.
Why you trying to give me a hard time?
Come.
Just brought y'all out of slavery. Come on. Go ahead.
Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord?
Why do you tempt the Lord? Go ahead.
Come. And the people thirsted there for water. And the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore it is that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us.
You know how Israel get. You ain't gonna do nothing but kill us.
Okay.
This is what you want. You brought us out of Egypt so we could die. Go ahead.
To kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst. And Moses, verse 4, and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people?
Moses had enough. He was like, come on, Lord. Now what I'm going to do with these people? What am I going to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native? I did what you told me to do, Lord. I brought them out of Egypt. Brought them into the woods. Saved them from the Egyptians. And these Negroes still complaining. They didn't have no food. They didn't have no bread or water. They had no bread or nothing. And you got quails to run in here and they had food.
What should I do with this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river. Take it in thy hand and go. Verse 6, behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock. And there came out water out of it, and the people made, read that again. Behold, I will stand before thee, and there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, and the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of that place Mashah
Go ahead.
and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, it is the Lord among us or not. Then came Amalek.
Then came who?
Amalek.
Remember this right here. Go ahead. Amalek is the so-called Jewish man today. This is who the Jewish man's ancestors were. Amalek, one of the tribes of Edom. Let's show you what Edom did to us. Go ahead.
Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and Rephidim. Verse 9. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in mine hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
Moses had his hand up and down, and every time he dropped, either we start winning or Amalek start winning. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But Moses' hands were heavy.
But Moses, what? Say read it again.
Moses' hands were heavy.
Go ahead.
And they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
It's a long time to have your hands up. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And Joshua discomfited the Amalek.
He did what?
Discomfited Amalek.
Does anybody know what the word discomfited means?
I think that's to make them uncomfortable. But let's look it up. What do you say? What I say? Discomforted. Okay. Discomfort definition is to slight pain. To pain, aches and pains, soreness.
Right. Go ahead.
What was that? Jesus. What verse was on? He discomforted him. Where is that at? What verse was that?
Let's say something different.
Wait a minute. Here, I got it. Here, I got it right here. Okay, let's lock it. Lock about that. And Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
And you had a definition of that word?
Yeah, it was to pain, aches and pains, soreness, slight pain.
He kicked their tail.
That's what it means.
Joshua went down there and beat the hell out of the so-called Jewish man during this time. He probably had a yarmulke on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua went down there and put the business down on him. Go ahead.
It's saying Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in the book.
He said what?
Write this for a memorial in the book. In a book. And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Damn right.
And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
From when?
From generation to generation.
This is a never-ending battle. Go ahead.
Wow. At verse 8, chapter 18. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that the Most High had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Most High had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, and he said, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eleazar, for the God of my father said he was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh.
Damn right.
And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife, and unto Moses, unto the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of the Most High. Verse 6, and he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and he did obedience and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father, verse 8, and Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord have done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, blessed be the Lord, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods. For in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them.
He was what?
He was above them.
Damn right. He was above them stinking Egyptians. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 12, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices from the Most High. And Aaron came of all the elders and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses, father-in-law, before the Most High. And it came to pass on tomorrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, what is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto even? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people came unto me inquire of God, when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I will judge between one and another. and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. Verse 17, and Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Verse 19, hearken now unto my voice, and I will give thee counsel. And God said, be with thee. And God said, be with thee. Be thou for the people of God word, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them, to be rulers of the thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. Verse 22. And let them judge the people at all seasons, and it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge.
Right. So if you got a big matter, you bring that to Moses, let them judge that, man. Any little small matter, they can deal with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee.
Right. So they gonna get to experience it too.
Mm.
If they have to handle things amongst themselves, that's how you build the nation, man.
Mhm.
You don't need these police officers policing us. We have each other. We can do that, and we won't have no more shootings ever. Go ahead.
Verse 23. If thou shalt do this thing, and God commanded thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. Verse 24, so Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he said. And Moses chose able men out of Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of tens. And they shall judge the people at all seasons.
All the time.
Mm-hmm. And the hard causes they brought upon Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves.
Yeah, right.
Verse 27. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way unto his own land.
Right. So Moses' father-in-law left and went to his own land.
Mm-hmm. Chapter 19. And in the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land, Egypt, the same day come they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rehoboam, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, to tell the children of Israel, verse 4, Ye have seen what I have done unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself.
Right. The Lord letting us know He was the one that brought us to Him. Go ahead.
Verse 5, Now therefore I will obey my voice. Slock it. Therefore, if ye will obey my voice, indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Above what?
above all people.
The Lord has always told us that we're going to be above all people. Go ahead.
For all the earth is mine.
For what?
All the earth is
The
mine.
earth is the Lord's. It is not the oppressor's earth like he thinks. This is why this place is going to hell, because they've been talking to themselves, acting as if they are in control of this earth. Go ahead.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. There are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
That's what you're going to tell the children of Israel. That's what you're going to tell them. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all the words which the Lord commanded him. And verse 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do.
They said what?
We will do.
It sound good. Sound good.
We will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
And he came back and told the Lord. They said they're going to do it.
And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever.
And do what?
And believe thee forever.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe in the Lord forever. But we don't do that, obviously, you can tell. Go ahead.
And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord, and the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people, and sanctify them today, and tomorrow. Jesus, read this again. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. And the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
Right. So he's letting our people know, like, get ready to see the Lord, to meet the Lord, man. Get your clothes washed. Make sure everything is perfect when you're going to meet the Lord. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up unto the mount, or touch the border of it.
Now Moses giving us rules on what to do when we come to meet the Lord.
Or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall surely be put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Dang. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet sounded long, they shall come up to the mount. Verse 14. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning, that there were thunders and lightnings and thick clouds upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet was exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
So now we meet the Lord, and the Lord said he was going to come through a cloud and meet us. And now our people, we did a class on this one day, telling you that this was the Lord coming through a chariot, coming through the clouds. And our people were not prepared for that, man.
Right.
They weren't prepared to see the Lord come in that chariot through that cloud. Hell, we ain't ready now.
Right.
We still not ready to see the Lord come in the chariot out of the sky, man. Everybody like to make fun of that and make jokes. But that day is going to happen again, man. And the Lord be with you. I pray that brothers and sisters are ready.
Verse 17. And Moses went forth to the people out of the camp to meet with the Most High, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Nether part of the mount. And Moses, verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire.
Right. And just like what we said last time, when you come out of that, when that chariot came out the sky, it came out the atmosphere, it was still hot, still on fire. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Smoke. and therefore ascended on as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and the Most High answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also which came near to the Lord sanctify themselves. Let the Lord break forth unto them. 23. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai.
That's right.
For thou chargest us, saying, Set bounds about the mountain and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through.
Right. Don't let them come through and break through to try to come up to the chariot, man. Go ahead.
And come up to the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down upon the people and spake unto them. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness, or anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is the water under the earth. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, and am a jealous God, there visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children of the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. And verse 6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. For thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, and the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, and it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, and the manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is in thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunders and lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off.
Yeah, they seen that. They said, you know what? Let me get back. There's too much going on right now.
Right.
Israel, you know, we the type of people, we ain't gonna run up to anything like that. You leave it to Esau, he's gonna run to it. You know what I'm saying? But us, being blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we decided to back on up. And with that, we're gonna get ready to go ahead and close out Sabbath service. We short on time. This where we're gonna stand.
YAHANNA.
SHALAM. I'll cover the scrolls. Men of Israel, we're going to prepare to salute the scrolls. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakya.
How about Shem Shabrak? Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakya.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakya.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakya.
All right, men of Israel, we're going to turn and face the east. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer.
Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shemashemaya.
Shemashemaya.
Rash.
Radash.
Isupk. Yahweh. Alafuka. Naba'ah. Ratazaya. I.S.H.P.K. Arataza. The Wa. Shemaya. Nathanawa. Lekam. Kayawam. Masalakinawa. Kawawapinawa. Kasalakinawa. Kawawapinawa. Wala'ah. Kabayanawa. Manasayawan. Abal. Awshayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Naka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Athaparv. Naalayam. Aman.
What we just said in the English was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, just forgive our debts. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
What up? Hakak the power, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Babu Kusha, Nathanawa, Hakak, Larapa'a, Amalaka, Wakal, Marawa, Hakak, Natahar, Hamatazarium, Hakak, Lahakwium, Mahatium, Hakak, Arakwa, Hamatala, Lagarasham, Bashim Yahushua, Wara.
We just said in the English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. Power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the leper. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
What? Bless Israel. Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Barakanawa, Basharala, Wayabayaf, Saparium, Barak, Rapa'ad, Magan, Bashim Yahushua, Wara.
What we just said in English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school. Bless him, sure protect. I love him. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
What? Psalms 121. Asha'ad, Ayanya, Hawariam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ad, Azoria, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Asha, Shamam, Warataza, Alyatan, Lamawat, Regalyaka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Anala'a, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Ashamar, Asharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Lazalka, Al-Yaid, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Hakaka, Vayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Ashamarka, Makal Rai, Ashamar, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaka, Ma'ata, Wa'aid, Awalam.
What we just said in the English was, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence come my help? My help come from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. Do not suffer thy foot to be moved. Be that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And not coming in.
And not coming in.
From this time forth.
This time forth.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Alahayim, Adamiyah, Laka, Atakarash, Wayal, Ashikwat, All, Kayahanna, Awayabadika, Yahama, Yahawan, Ra'ash, Almaka, Yamarwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yatazawa, Atazawanyaka, Armawa, Lawa, Wanakakadam, Maniwa, Wala'a, Yakazar. Sham, Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Natazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yakar, Bariyaf, Yakarathwa, Alahaya, Adawam, Wa Shamai, Al Hayam, Mawaba, Wagariam, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Balashat, Anyashapyaka, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawa. Salah, Aisha, Laham, Gamadian, Kasa, Sara'ah, Kabadian, Banakal, Nakwashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hawa, Daman, Ladama, Shayathamwa, Nada, Nayamawa, Karab, Wasagaba, Wakazabak, Wakadazal, Mana'ai, Kalnasekamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Asharashah, Lanawa, Af, Naawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shalatamwa, Gaya Gaya, Kakwash, Lapanya, Raka'a, Ka'ash, Daba'ari Ira, Wakalabab, Dalahat, Awariam, Khan, Daradakma, Basa'araka, Wasabah, Wapapka, Babahalam, Mala'a, Kanyaham, Balawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ayai, Waya, Karapawa, Waya, Abawa, Waya, Da'awa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, I call, Haratazah.
What we just said in the English was, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Lord, hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Lord,
O Lord,
for lo thy enemies.
lo thy enemies.
Make a tumult.
Make a tumult.
They that hate thee.
They that hate thee.
And lifted up their head.
Lifted up their head.
Have taken crafty counsel.
Have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
Be in a nation.
Be in a nation.
In the name of Israel.
Name of Israel.
And be no more remembered.
Be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They have confederate against thee.
They have confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And Hagarine.
And Hagarine.
Gebal.
Gebal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
Philistines.
Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Hoping the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Doing to them.
Doing to them.
As to the Midianites.
As to the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
And the Baruch's son.
Baruch's son.
Which perished at Endor.
Perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
Dung for the earth.
The nobles like a red.
The nobles like a red.
Isaiah.
Yea.
Yea. All the princes as Sabbath.
Princes as Sabbath.
And Zamuna.
And Zamuna.
Who said.
Said.
Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of the Lord in possession.
The houses of the Lord in possession.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Make them like a will.
Make them like a will.
To stumble before the wind.
Stumble before the wind.
And fire burn the wood.
Fire burn the wood.
The flame set up the mountains on
Flame
fire.
set
Flames out on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble.
In trouble.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
And men may know.
Men may know.
That
thou,
whose name alone.
name alone
is Yahweh.
is Yahweh.
The most high over all the earth.
Most high over all the earth.
And here's what we're gonna start. Turn back. We're gonna put the scrolls down. Men of Israel, we're gonna do one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
With that, dismiss.